What's up, guys? How you doing, everybody out there? Welcome to Respawn Aim Fire RAF Reviews. Today I'm going to be reviewing a little game called USC Counterforce. Got sent this game to do a review on it, and they were like, hey, do you like strategy games? And I'm like, hey, well, absolutely love Xcom, so I was really intrigued by it, and I've been playing about it. I'm going to tell you about it today. But first, I'm going to read you a little bit, like press release, press kit stuff about like what the game is exactly. And I've got, again, you're watching the video version. I've got gameplay in the background going right now. So USC Counterforce, lead your space commandos in an epic revival of turn-based squad tactics inspired by the likes of UFO/Xcom, Space Hulk, and Aliens, featuring in-depth skill and combat systems in multiple game modes. Prepare your team to face every situation, an in-depth squad management system with complex character attributes and skills, detailed combat mechanics, and elaborate inventory system. Hundreds of weapons and gadgets are available to suit your playstyle. Flush with game modes, you can push your skills to their limits with random and fully customizable single missions or challenging multi-mission operations with unique goals. Discover a multi-layer difficulty system that guarantees challenging and engaging gameplay tailored to your taste. So, number one thing here, it is my very top level thing was like, hey, do you like XCOM? Like very specifically, turn-based, grid, tactics-based game where sci-fi kind of a thing. Do you like Aliens, the sequel to Alien, the classic horror action movie? This is that. This is legitimately XCOM/Aliens in all the best ways, and it's really, really cool. It's right up my alley. I just want to go into some of my thoughts about the game first. I really enjoyed the class system. So again, if you played XCOM, you know what this is. You get a squad of guys, you're going out, you're bug hunting, you're going to take on these missions and take these guys out. But I really, really like the class system in this game. It's really open and free form. So basically you get like a bunch of stats, and you can put points into those stats to make them better, make it a primary stat, a secondary stat, that kind of a thing. But there's not like an official class. So it's not like an XCOM where it's like, all right, I have a sniper, and like they can basically be a sniper. You can do some variations on it, but a sniper's a sniper. In this game, it's like, no, it's like, here's the stat block, put your points in and do whatever you want. So if I'm going to a mission where like, well, I need a tech guy, because I'm going to be able to hack through some doors. I'm going to be able to do that. But I also really want to have a lot of heavy machine gunners, like guys with like the whole, like the smart gun kind of a thing. You can just do that. You can just make a tech guy and make 3 heavies and then go into the mission. And you do all this in the menu before the mission even starts. So it's really cool, really flexible. I'd like to run with someone with a heavy. I like to have a melee guy, tech, medicine, that kind of a thing, and everyone's good at assault rifles kind of a thing. But you can just do whatever you want. Like there's no limitations. It's like, hey, I want this many people to do this kind of thing, and it is whatever. And then the inventory system is like, you get a bunch of points, basically, like sort of like an income. It's like, here's how much money you got for the mission. You buy all your weapons. You can give one person a pistol and give everybody else all the good guns if you want. It's whatever you really want to do there. You do all that before the mission starts, and then you go in, and it's a really nice system. A lot of passive abilities and all that kind of stuff. And I think it's really cool and interesting way to build a squad. It's just like, let me do what I want to do and not make sure I have the right guy with me on this time so he can do the thing I want him to do. So I think that's really cool. And again, a lot of equipment, a lot of guns. I believe some of them are unlocked by doing missions, and then you have the ability to unlock. So there's guns I didn't even have in the time that I played with it. I'm like, man, that looks really, really cool. So there's stuff to like work towards and all that. But got grenades, got mines, hacking tools, multiple guns. Melee is a really big one. You've got big shields, you've got axes, knives, all kinds of stuff. It's really, really, really cool. I like all that. So the next thing about this game that's really cool is you can interact with the environment a lot. Destructible environments where you'll go into a base and you're like, all right, we're going on a bug hunt. We're gonna go take out all the aliens that are in here. And it's things that like the walls, like, all right, so you're going in, you're walking through the base, and you'll start hearing like a knocking or like an attack like on the walls or on the doors. Like they eventually can bust through walls and doors. You can as well. And there's a really cool push-pull ability where there's like cover, like boxes or stuff in there. So you can basically get into a room, push all the boxes and stuff up into the corners, up against the walls or whatever, and just sit down and hold out and just let them come at you. and take them out. I think it's a really cool thing. And then, of course, if you need to get into a room, you don't have time for your tech guy to go hack the door, just blow it open. That's really good. But yeah, it's you can environmental hazards as well, explosive barrels, that kind of stuff. You can lay traps, chain reactions, airlocks, break through walls. It's got all kinds of stuff, man. There's a lot of things you can play with in that environment that you can do with. Moving on to the missions. So it is early access. They have promised that there's going to be a full-on campaign story mode. At the moment, you can do missions and then multi-missions, I believe it is. But basically, it's sort of like a roguelike in this way, where there is no short of missions to run. It's like all right, here's the environment type. There's a couple of those. Here's mission types. There's a couple of those. And then you just hit go and it generates it for it. And there's just basically, you can just keep playing as long as you want to, unlocking stuff, getting better, chasing scores, all that kind of stuff, which is really, there's not a shortage of stuff to do before even the main campaign comes out, which is really impressive that there's this much stuff this early on. So if you go on the video, I can't really move it. You can see in this top right-hand corner, again, the game is a top-down tactical grid-based thing. It's just a really cool, nice addition that in the top right-hand corner, whenever your characters are looking around, so you want to put them in Overwatch and that kind of an idea where it's like, all right, I need to face them this way. So when someone comes in this room, I'm covering fire whenever they move into the room. There's a little night vision camera up in the top hand corner. Because again, the game's top down, but there's a little first person camera every time you click on a unit and you can see exactly what they're seeing. It's just like a little cool thing that I really like. But yeah, like I said, there's a lot of content there. Really, really cool. Again, strategy games are my go-to, and I absolutely adore it. Aliens is an amazing movie, and they're very heavily leaning into aliens. So if any of that stuff sounds cool, it's definitely a big thumbs up for me. Again, I'm just waiting. The fact that there's so much replayability, so much stuff to do, and we're still waiting on more content is pretty crazy. But if you like sci-fi strategy, a la XCOM, just sci-fi stuff in general, USC Counterforce is very fun, and I think it's definitely, if you're into that genre and that game is up your alley, you should definitely check it out. There's even a co-op mode that I didn't even touch because I was just doing my own thing and playing my own game. So there's a lot of features in this game, and again, early access, and they're still adding more, and there's already a lot of cool stuff here. So if anything I've said sounds cool, Space Hulk, aliens, XCOM, sci-fi strategy, it's all there. I would definitely recommend it. A little game called USC Counterforce on Steam in early access. And I would definitely recommend it. So thank you again for stopping by. This has been another RAF Reviews for USC Counterforce. Appreciate it, and have a good one.